He was being featured in tons of magazines.
Go back, bro. Sexiest heartthrob, David Dobrik. He looks like he's spitting in this picture, bro. He look like he's literally just about to spit in this picture. And he won over these guys. This must have been an upset.
David was one of the only real people.
Okay, I just don't like the way he get all up in the camera. Hey, boy, back the fuck up. Like, I don't know. I don't like that, bro.
Racist against rappers, they all look the same to him. They used to beg him not to egg him on Halloween. You told him holler back with the suede Pumas, dollar green. Nah, I mean, heat it up till the temperature tarball. Y'all just gawk like gargoyle.
All right, so a couple days ago, I posted a video talking about older YouTubers, and it's come to my attention. I don't really know what happened to David Dobrik. So shout out to my boy Gino. He sent me this video and we finna check it out. How David Dobrik became a YouTube psychopath. It's by It's Blanko.
David Dobrik,
shout out to It's Blanko,
is a name that you probably have not heard for years, which is wild to think about because at one point David was easily one of the biggest YouTubers of all time, nearly breaking 20 million subscribers.
Dang, I didn't know he had that much.
I mean, the guy was essentially the most famous vlogger of all time. He was one of the most iconic and influential personalities.
He was on Nickelodeon
In the YouTube space, and basically developed a brand and a personality that was bigger than life. He was easily on top of the world with millions of fans, millions of dollars, hanging out with celebrities and appearing on TV award shows.
Who is this dude? He just made YouTube vlogs, right? How in the world he ended up with all these celebrities?
And then suddenly vanished. Just completely stopped posting on YouTube.
Damn.
Altogether.
This video was made a week ago, so this is what it looks like right now.
Kind of just seems like one day he randomly got up and just never came back. Well, the thing is, though, is that his decision may not have been entirely by choice. So what exactly happened that made him leave YouTube? Well, across his
okay, so off rip, only thing I really know about the situation, the only thing I know, I think I know this woman. The only thing I know about the situation is that one of the dudes that he was with, like, I think has some kind of like assault case on him or something. Like, I think it involved a girl. That's all I know. That's all I know. I ain't never looked into it any more than that.
Multiple scandals of manipulating his friends, an essay scandal that happened under his watch.
Yeah, that's the one I know about.
And almost causing his friend to die.
What?
David was essentially forced to leave YouTube and completely start new somewhere else. Let's dissect how we got to this point. So let's cut the bullshit and get right into it. Now, most people who have watched it,
yes sir,
David knows that he started on the famous app Vine. Fresh out of high school, David was given the ultimatum: either A, go to college, or B, move to LA.
They always move to LA. Like, what is the thing with big YouTubers and moving to LA? Is it like that important?
Out of high school, David was given the ultimatum: either A, go to college, or B, move to LA.
I never watched Vine that much growing up. I know, bro. I have to watch back the YouTube compilation clips. I never got to watch Vine growing up.
David took a leap of faith by moving to LA with only $1,600 in his pocket. He wanted to make it big, but didn't really quite know how. He would slowly start to get by hosting multiple Vine accounts where he posted sports clips. And on these accounts, he would charge for revines, which essentially is like a repost onto your profile.
This man was hustling.
Started to earn him $1 to $2 grand a month, which slowly let him get by.
Off of just working Vine? What?
But things really changed when he started to post his own content on his own personal account. He would start posting these silly jokes, skits, and other funny videos.
It's a boy. Let me just cut off the umbilical cord. Sir, you just cut off his penis. It's a girl. Challenge time.
Oh, brother.
Yo, Lance, you think I can get this egg into that jar without it cracking?
No.
Okay, that was a good one. That was a good one, bro.
Guess you're right.
That was a good one. But I ain't gonna lie, if I did that to one of my homies, we probably would have to squabble. Like I just imagine smashing an egg on my cousin's head. That nigga would actually swing. I couldn't do this, bro.
Right. So Sam has this problem. When he's done having sex with someone, he can't stop saying their name in a deep voice. What do you mean? Sorry, I was at my dad's.
These started to go
What the hell?
viral really, really fast, and only within 1 year, David...
Who is this? I know her. I know, it's on the tip of my tongue. I know her.
developed an entire fan base. This gave him the opportunity to collaborate with other fellow Viners like Zayn and Heath, The Gabby Show, and Liza Koshy.
Oh, Liza Koshy.
Fast, and only within 1 year, David
I don't know why I know her, bro. I just knew her.
developed an entire fan base. This gave him the opportunity to collaborate with other fellow Viners like Zayn and Heath.
Don't know who those were. I know The Gabby Show. Don't even ask. Don't ask why I know about The Gabby Show, bro. Like, I literally came across her randomly on YouTube one time. This was like before she started to tweak out. I don't know what, but I might have to watch a video on this one because I know she tweaked out for a little bit. Yeah.
The Gabby Show and Liza Koshy, and
I don't know what happened to Liza Koshy.
bunch of others. He would even start collaborating with celebrities like Josh Peck and John Stamos.
From Vine? Wow. So you really gotta move to LA to like try to connect with people, like famous people. I don't know if I could do all that, bro. whatever viewership I get is what I get, bro. I ain't doing all that.
David started to develop a name for himself pretty quickly and went from a couple thousand to a million followers on the platform. Now, he wasn't exactly the biggest Vine star, but he was pretty up there and made some solid connections through this platform. But there was just one problem. Vine didn't really monetize their content, which pissed off a lot of the creators at the time. It was one of the biggest pieces of criticism against the app.
Dang. I ain't know. They're making it sound like Vine really was the old school TikTok, huh? Like I didn't even think about the fact that like Vine probably had its own culture back then too, didn't it? Yeah. Like I said, I ain't never used Vine like as a kid.
Creators were pissed they couldn't earn money directly from the app like how people could on YouTube. In spite of this, a lot of creators would slowly leverage their Vine following onto their Instagram and YouTube. In the first half
Smart.
of 2016, half of accounts that had over 15,000 followers went from Vine to YouTube and other platforms.
Understandable.
Just to give you an idea of how much this pissed off the creators. Many of David's friends at the time were trying to slowly move over with these extremely high budget skits. But David thought that this really high budget production style was extremely forced and inauthentic. He wanted to do YouTube as well, but he was a little unsure of how to do it. But then he saw his girlfriend and fellow Vine star Liza Koshy do a form of
they were dating? What?
It's basically where she would just act completely random and ridiculous on camera. No script, no format, no nothing. It was so simple yet so entertaining.
See, I never watched vlogs like that. Like I never personally saw the appeal to him. But when he puts it like that, I can understand the appeal to him.
David loved the style of content. It was simple, unique, and
what if I start vlogging? How'd y'all feel about that? Bro, who am I kidding? My vlogs would just be me driving home from work, me driving back to work.
And on top of it all, it was fun. So he would start a new series in 2015 known as the Vlogs. And these vlogs would basically just be David goofing around with all of his friends. And
oh wow.
David genuinely was not really trying to go viral with these, he was just messing around with the boys. And at first these vlogs had absolute dog shit views, but he didn't really care. But they would
hey look. That'd be the best type of content where like they're not making it for the views.
slowly started to get a little bit of traction as he started to include more famous Viners like Zayn and Keith, The Gabby Show, and Liza, and a bunch of his other friends too. These guys are what really helped make the vlogs special. Now, when David initially started these vlogs, many of the creators were still focusing a lot on Vine, but they were slowly trying to switch to YouTube a little bit. So a lot of the creators that David had in his vlogs were actually
what in the world?
Slowly trying to switch to YouTube a little bit. So a lot of the creators that David had in his vlog.
What the hell? Okay. It doesn't look because
were slowly
it didn't look like they were about to kiss. It looked like they were about to touch teeth, bro.
trying to switch to YouTube a little bit. So a lot of the
Look at this, bro. It's just nothing but teeth, bro.
careers that David
That bro would have kissed her front two teeth if he had completed the mission.
had in his vlogs were actually a lot more popular than him at the time. A lot of the people who were posting on YouTube at the time were hoping that eventually their Vine following would slowly switch to YouTube, but for David, this was really, really slow. And keep in mind, David only
Bro, what the hell was that?
following would slowly switch to YouTube, but for David, this was really
That's crazy, bro. Littlefoot. The fact that I know this dinosaur. Come on, bro.
slow. And keep in mind, David only had 1 million followers on Vine, so it didn't really do that much. But
I mean, but I don't know, bro. Cause I 1 million followers on Vine sound like a lot to me. Like, who had the most followers on Vine? King Bach, Nash Greer, Lily Pons, Logan Paul, Josh Peck. I swear to God, I wasn't expecting over 10 million. Golly, I was not expecting over 10 million. That's crazy.
he was having fun, so he kept on posting them. And as he got bigger on Vine and started to make more connections, he was able to include more and more people in the vlogs, which made the content much better. He soon started to include skits, pranks, cute animals, and celebrities all in the vlogs.
And they're only a couple minutes long too. That's the best part. These are the people who were starting the trend of shortening the attention span.
Kind of felt like a mini Vine compilation, but then it was announced at the end of 2016 that Vine was officially shutting down. This caused a lot of panic.
That man looks stressed in that picture. That man looks stressed in that picture, bro. What did Vine do to him?
2016 that Vine was officially shutting down. This caused a lot of panic for the creators who built up an entire following on Vine and had nowhere else to go. So most people were forced at this point to move to Instagram and YouTube if they wanted to have some type of career. But around
I feel like, assuming TikTok does get shut down, it's the same thing probably gonna happen. We're gonna see a lot of TikTokers start making YouTube channels.
this time, David was already starting to get more dedicated to YouTube anyway and actually started to see some type of growth. He started posting 3 vlogs a week and was starting to post a lot better content. His strategy was to get around 2 to 3 hours worth of footage throughout the day and then slowly compress that into the best possible segments into 4 minutes and 20 seconds. You know, to make the
That's smart. Damn,
compress that into the best possible segments into 4 minutes and
9 million. Weirdest siblings ever. Why does he have a handful of titty meat? Yo. Okay, bro.
20 seconds, you know, to make the funny number. And they had the exact same charm as the Vines did, but honestly were a little bit more stretched out, which made them so much better.
Hey, I'd like to order a Crunchwrap Supreme.
And a large penis?
Dude, selfish. We'll take 2 large penises.
And people
What the fuck? Okay, bro.
loved this shit. And honestly, so did I. By the time Vine died, David already had more subscribers on his YouTube than he did Vine followers at that point. And he was definitely making more
Who is this nigga?
money over there, that's for sure. Seeing as how David already made a name for himself on the platform, lots of other creators were hopefully trying to collaborate with them to help get their foot in the door too. And
So he became the it guy for a little bit. He was the dude. He was small potatoes on Vine, but then he slowly became the dude you wanted to collab with on YouTube. Okay, I get you.
much of David's vlogs weren't necessarily focused on him, they were a lot more focused on his friends and his lifestyle. His friends were really the ones who would be the butt of the pranks or of the jokes and really gave the vlogs a lot of personality. David included a lot more tactics in his videos to get more views, like including hot girls and using sexual clickbait. What else?
That's where I was. 30 ass feet. Okay. That's what I was about to say, bro, because this is back in the day. Like, this is back when niggas used to just put titties on the thumbnail for just to get views. Like, Literally, the booze will have nothing to do with the video itself. This is back in the true clickbait days.
Tactics in his videos to get more views, like including hot girls and using sexual clickbait. What also helped boost his popularity was the inclusion of his girlfriend Liza Koshy, who was also, again, a very, very popular creator. The two of them had amazing comedy chemistry together on camera, and everyone
what the hell?
loves popular creator. The two of them had amazing comedy chemistry together on camera, and everyone loves a power couple. One of the most popular videos on Liza's channel is with David and has like over 50 million views. This helped David get a much bigger fan base because it gave him a lot more female fans. By the end of 2016,
what is Liza Koshy still making content now? Wow, free with ads. Liza she got a TV show? What the hell? I'm happy for her. Get your bag. I ain't watching it though.
Much bigger fan base because it gave him a lot more female fans. By the end of 2016, David had over 2 million subscribers. And
when did he make his YouTube channel get? It took him only a year to get 2 mil.
In literally a year and a half, David built up a platform that most people would only dream of having. And he did it by having complete natural charisma. He was just fucking around with all of his friends and making stupid jokes. And David realized that this type of content was going to be the future for his career. And 2017 was the year where the momentum just kept on going up for David.
I think I can finally see the appeal. I didn't know they were like this. I swear I didn't know what these vlogs were like.
Vlogs included more and more shenanigans.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
By the end of 2017, he had over 5 million subscribers, more than double of what he had last year. He bought like a $10 million house in LA that only like Russian oligarchs could afford. He launched his own podcast, Views, which launched at #2 in the podcast section of iTunes.
iTunes is crazy. That iTunes used to be a scam, bro. Oh my god, they need to make a video about that. Jesus. What? Y'all remember iTunes, bro? You had to pay for each individual song. Like that's outrageous work. That's crazy. That was crazy work back then.
He launched his own podcast, Views, which launched at #2 in the podcast section of iTunes. And he also had a fat merch line that was selling out the fucking wazoo. But this wouldn't even compare to 2018.
Jesus.
2018 was the best, but in a weird way, possibly also maybe even the worst year for David. See, the year would end off a little bit bittersweet because David and Liza would announce their breakup. The video is now deleted, but when it was posted, it got so many goddamn views. Now, you think that David would actually lose a lot of his fan base because a lot of the popularity came from him and Liza being a couple, but no, it actually did the opposite. If anything, this weirdly accelerated his growth.
She broke, I'm up. Nah, I'm kidding. Because right now it seems like she the one that's up.
So many goddamn views. Now you think that David...
I kind of want to see the breakup video.
Liza cheated on me. And there were 7 guys. There were 7 guys, and I found them in her bedroom.
Bro, I don't know. Like, yeah, that's cool, but I just imagine like the behind the scenes is just awkward as hell.
Would actually lose a lot of his fan base because a lot of the popularity came from him and Liza being a couple, but no, it actually did the opposite. If anything, this weirdly accelerated his growth. Again, that was like one of his biggest videos ever. And David wasn't really completely reliant on Liza for content, so she was just one piece of the pie. And
damn.
David didn't really seem bothered by it and kept on going with the vlogs. And once again, just kept things going up. More pranks, more hot girls, more celebrities, more...
Dang. That man did not let it get to him.
Everything. By the end of 2018, David once again doubled his following and had over 10 million subscribers and got the diamond fucking play button.
In like 3-4 years? In 3-4 years, this man Jesus.
And this was only like his 3rd year of being on YouTube. This man was on an unstoppable path of growth.
Wow.
But it was in this year that something happened that actually would be the start of his downfall, and he didn't quite know it yet. But for now, he was still able to enjoy the success. 2019 was really David's victory lap. He was now an extremely established creator and had a name that was bigger than life. He did what most Viners could never do, and that was successfully transition to YouTube and dominate the platform.
Yeah, especially going from like only having 1 million on not TikTok, on Vine. That's crazy. Jesus.
At this point, most other Viners who tried to make it on YouTube completely failed. David was one of the only real people.
Okay, I just don't like the way he get all up in the camera. I mean, boy, back the fuck up. Like, I don't know. I don't like that, bro.
That did it and did it.
This is crazy work. Like, imagine people playing this on like a big screen TV. Bro, no way, dude.
Amazingly well. He was essentially the face of the young, lavish Hollywood lifestyle. He was the young dude with a shit ton of money and lived the big time life in LA and hanging out with celebrities.
So people were vicariously living through him. What the hell?
Extravagant, awesome parties, drove extremely luxurious supercars. He lived everyone's dream. All the kids that watched him wanted to be like him, and how could you blame them?
I want to be like, nah. Let me stop, because I don't know how bad. I don't know what he did.
And shit, who wouldn't want that? I know I did. He was being featured in tons of magazines. He was getting tons of
Go back, bro.
Shit, who wouldn't want that? I know I did. He was being
Sexiest heartthrob, David Dobrik. Over these dudes, he looks like he's spitting in this picture, bro. He look like he's literally just about to spit in this picture. And he won over these guys. This is crazy, bro. It's literally just because he's rich. That's crazy, bro. This must have been an upset. I ain't
featured
gonna lie.
in tons of magazines. He was getting tons of interviews. Everyone wanted the secret sauce that David was cooking up. How did he do it? He was even a host at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. He had
That's insane. I didn't know that.
a role in Angry Birds 2. He was even on fucking Jimmy Fallon. That's legit shit. At the end of 2019,
I understand.
David was ranked as YouTube's 5th most viewed creator with 2.4 billion views. And
This is crazy, bro. I didn't know he was this big. I swear I didn't know he was this big. I didn't even know. Okay, look, real talk. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I had no idea who this dude was until like 2019. Until like 2020. Literally right before he started getting canceled, bro. That's the only time. That's like the only time I knew of this man's existence. I had never seen his face before, ever. It was like a shock. I was like, bro, I didn't even know this side of YouTube existed. A vlog? What the hell is a vlog? You know what I mean? Like, literally, all I watched was gaming videos. Literally, I was just watching Let's Plays, gaming videos, and like maybe like Outdoor Boys or something like that. I wasn't watching no type of vlogging, bro.
on top of that, he was also killing it on TikTok, with one of his videos having over 180 million views, and was ranked as the #1 video on that app that year. By the end of 2019, David was not a YouTuber, he was a celebrity. He was untouchable. A random kid from the middle of nowhere suddenly became one of the biggest superstars of our generation, and
apparently a heartthrob. I don't
what felt like a mere month. But 2020 was a shift for David. You see, even with the absolute win that he had last year, 2020 he started to post a lot less. And this was mostly for two reasons here. Now, the main one was basically COVID, because everyone was locked in and you couldn't really see a lot of other people. As we know, David usually interacts with a lot of his friends and everything, so that kind of really derailed the content. But it also...
They just had their wieners out like the... Whoa. I am... What? Okay, bro. You just casually just showed me that they were literally sword fighting.
Might have been because David at this time was getting involved in a lot of side businesses. You see, he started this app called Dispo, which was basically an app where your camera would take pictures in the style of like a disposable camera. The app was a huge hit, getting 1 million.
Yeah, that sounds like it would work a lot. Oh my god, yeah.
Million downloads immediately. And at the same time, he also launched his own perfume brand. Plus, he was also extremely active on TikTok, getting over 24 million followers within 1 year. Even when David barely posted that year, he landed at number 9 on Forbes' highest earning creators list that year, earning over $15 million. Even without posting vlogs, David was unstoppable. But then he wasn't. You see, 2021 was the year that David's life fell apart.
That's crazy work, bro. I'm just thinking like this. Wow. I know it's a late reaction, bro, but I just can't get over the fact 18 million subscribers, $15 million, bro. And I swear I had never heard of this guy until he started getting canceled, bro. Until like right before he started getting canceled. Because Gino had showed me him one day when we were hanging out. And I was like, I ain't never heard of this guy. And then not even a month later, bro, he started getting canceled. I was like, oh, okay. Like
$1 million. Even without posting vlogs, David was unstoppable. But then he wasn't. You see, 2021 was the year that David's life fell apart. This was the year that a lot of the skeletons that David was hiding started to slowly come out. It started in the beginning of that year when one of the ex-vlog members, Seth Francois, claimed that he was actually SA'd in one of the vlogs. You see, in 2017, David pulled a prank on Seth where he claims that he needed Seth to make out with his friend Corinna Kampf for a dream sequence. And I mean, who wouldn't agree to that? Now, David told Seth that Corinna was gonna wear this old man mask for the bit. But in reality, it was actually his friend Jason who was actually going to be under the mask making out with him.
What?
And that's basically what happened. And David essentially tricked Seth into making out with Jason. And upon the first watch...
Oh, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Somebody gonna die. somebody is not walking out that room. And if it's gotta be me, so be it, bro. But that, I'm putting my foot down on that. Hell no.
This may not have seemed too bad, but over time, Seth realized that this was actually sexual assault because he did not consent to that. Now, David would do this prank to Seth a second time and ask for consent beforehand. Seth sorta, kinda, reluctantly agreed to it, and so David devised this extremely complex plan where he created like a fake beef jerky company and had Seth apply to do a commercial for that company. And in the commercial, Seth would essentially make out with all of these women that were dressed in monkey costumes. And one of the women was swapped out for Jason, and it worked. And years later, Jason came out about how this actually made him extremely uncomfortable at the time.
My experience and my perspective from the situation, I was literally like just getting off a flight, just got into town. I was like super exhausted from traveling. Well, he calls me to come over. He's like, yo, can you come over? Like, I need you for a bit. And this is kind of like when I was, just starting to kind of hang out with them. So I'm just like, okay, David's like asking for something. It seems pretty serious. He must really need me there. And I get into the room. David, he's a very convincing person. He was very calm. And everything seemed normal, and he was just like, yeah, like we just have this scene, like I want you to like make out with Corinna, and like, are you cool with that? And I was just like, yeah, no, I'm fine with making out with Corinna, like that's fine. I don't understand exactly what this bit's for, but I'm just trying to basically just get it over with. During the video, we kind of start the make out, starts going, and then
okay, wait, hold on.
Going on for a decent period of time. And after Jason pulls off his mask, and I realized that, I just was touched by someone that, I did not, consent to having their tongue.
Now,
Jesus Christ, that's a bad frame. Yeah, that's outrage. That's devilish work. But you said on the second time you consented to it. Like, did you know that it was good that the second time it was going to be another man, or was it pitched to you the same way and then you got pranked the same way? Because if you were told it was going to be a dude and you still did it, I'm not going to lie, that's on you. That's on you. But if you weren't told it was a man and you did it, then I'm with you 100%. That's fucked up. But if he told you it was gonna be a dude, if he said one of these ladies is gonna be a dude, just be wary, and you still went in there and did your thing, bro, that's you. that's on you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I can't even. No way.
Did not, consent to having their tongue.
Now, it may have been possible that David really did not know about how uncomfortable Seth was about all this. And Seth himself said that he does not think David is a bad guy, nor was trying to cancel him.
Nah, hell nah. I'm sorry, bro, but no, bro. like making out, nah. Like, if you had like stopped it, like as soon as they started kissing, you was like, whoa, stop. Okay, whatever, bro. But you let them make out, and then you did it to him twice. I'm sorry, bro, but you knew that would be outrageous. I ain't hearing it. I'm just saying.
But the reason why Seth even came forward about this in the first place was because after he sort of processed all of this, he asked David to take down the vlog, which David did not do. Instead, David offered to pay Seth money to keep the vlog up. And this prank was also a lot more messed up than people actually think, because there were some pretty dark intentions with it.
Yeah, bro, because that's outrageous. Like, you just made your homie make out with another homie, bro. Like, I understand dudes will joke around with the gay jokes between each other and stuff. That's how just dudes do. But like, actually making out with one of your homies, I feel like that's way across the line. Like, you gotta be like, you gotta be like, I don't know what kind of friends you gotta be, but I guarantee you Seth was not that kind of friend. I guarantee you Seth wasn't that kind of friend. That dude looks genuinely disturbed by it.
More messed up than people actually think, because there were some pretty dark intentions with it. Now, see, Seth is from Compton, California, and if any of you guys have listened to any song
yeah, nah, bro, they weren't going for it.
by Kendrick Lamar ever, you know Compton is a pretty fucking dangerous place to be. Statistically, Compton has 37% more crime than all of California, and 51% more crime than all of America. And a lot of areas like these usually do not rock with homosexuality, to put it nicely. And
oh, brother. He went the most roundabout way of saying it, but he ain't lying. Like, typically the hood does not rock with gay niggas. Like, that's just how it is, bro. Whether I personally, I mess with the gay people. Like, let me rephrase that. I can be homies with a gay guy and not be bothered by it. Okay, that's what I meant by that. that's what I meant by that. But nah, it's no secret that like, yeah, a lot of places don't really rock with that.
And Seth having a video of him making
yeah, this is crazy work. I don't want to see this because it's weird to watch.
Out with the guy is not very ideal for his conditioning. And
like knowing that he had no idea that he was kissing a dude, and that yeah, bro. If it had been like something that he had been cool with, that it wouldn't bother me. But like knowing the context of that clip, bro, I can't watch it.
David kind of quite literally admitted to taking advantage of this on his own podcast.
And his friends are probably gonna chew him out for that for the next like 3-5 years of his life.
Well, oh hell no. Ooh. Oh nah, bro. So David knew full well that people back in his hometown would definitely be on him for that. You don't understand, bro. You think it's gonna be in a joking way. Dudes are really gonna be like, bro, like, what the hell, Roy? Oh, what the hell are you doing? Like, no one's gonna be joking around with him, bro.
As Seth tells it, the homosexuality is not so accepted in where he comes from.
Seth's from Compton.
Dudes kissing dudes is not so accepted.
Seth's from Compton, so it's like the perfect. Like,
at least straight dudes kissing
it's literally
straight
the
dudes.
perfect setup.
Oh nah, these niggas are just laughing about that, bro. No, bro. Like, it's not. They thinking it's gonna be on some jokey stuff. Like, no, bro. Like, there's some people who probably will dead ass cut him off for that. It's crazy, bro.
Like a guy from Compton, and I made him make out with another older man.
It's good for
25
Seth.
seconds.
And Seth eventually left the vlog squad because of this type of activity. And not too long
I would have been gone. That first time, I would have been like, yeah, I can't rock with you no more.
after this, another member of the vlog squad, Big Nick, talked about how he felt pretty used by David. Nick
Is I okay? What happened?
felt that David really only included about how he felt pretty used by David. Nick
Oh, that must be a medical condition. I'm not joking about it. It caught me off guard.
felt that David really only included Nick in his vlogs to simply make fun of his height and like use him as a punching bag.
It is kind of like a cult. Yeah, it's like a high school vibe, very cultish like vibe, and it was just really the energy in the room. Like, it just felt like really demonic energy. I couldn't explain it at the time, and I didn't really know what it was until I kind of did some more soul searching, and I'm like, I was just constantly stressing about, like, how do I escape from this? Like, this was the first time I ever felt some sort of like bullying high school scenario, and I was like, dude, and these people aren't even in high school anymore. They're in their 20s, 30s. Like,
David had this nigga seeing demons, bro. My God, how Jesus! You had this man have a whole soul journey. Like, that's crazy work, bro. Making somebody have to go soul searching is insane. That's insane. That's actually demonic work, bro.
what? I thought we matured past that, you know? So it was just kind of like, it was just kind of weird for me, you know?
And this actually got to Nick pretty badly at times. David did it so much that it really got to Nick's mental health, and at one point he had a lot of thoughts about unaliving himself. I mean, there's literally a 40-minute compilation of David just being an absolute...
What? Yo. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, people gotta really learn how to just put their foot down and say no, bro. Because if you wasn't cool with that, like, it's no reason why this thumbnail should exist. Like, that's messed up. Knowing dude wasn't cool with this, yeah, and hell nah, bro.
absolute dick to Nick. And David genuinely might not have known about the damage that he was doing to Nick.
Hold on, I gotta see this.
Yeah, it is.
So where'd you get the elf?
The elf. Oh,
I don't
no.
mean this fucking long anymore.
Oh, wow.
What did you do with your head of hair? Big Nick, were you at home just thinking to yourself, David doesn't make fun of me enough? You look like you dipped your head into a bunch of melted airheads. Finally, I can make fun of something that you weren't born with. I make fun of you for your disability all the time. Now you dye your hair, I make fun of you for that. People are like, yo, you shouldn't be so mean to his hair. Chill with the hair comments, man. I have friends who dyed their hair.
Like, honestly, David, I used to support your videos, but you enabling this kind of behavior is really a bad example.
Big Nick, dye your hair blue.
Jesus, bro. That's only been 40 seconds. This man rapid fires.
If Alex is gay.
Nick, you do talk
Yes! Let me see your tongue. Corinna! What did you guys do?
Let's just say the carpet does match the drape.
Can we play the game Fire Truck?
I don't know, bro. I don't know if I could. Like, I'm all for jokes and stuff, but this sound like, I feel like this would get aggravating, dude. This would get aggravating. I ain't gonna lie. Like, imagine you sitting trying to chill with your homies, and one of them got a camera and it's getting in your face like, dang, bro, you look gay. Like, bro, what? I would just start slapping people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, bro, I couldn't do this.
Corinna! What did you guys do?
Let's just say the carpet.
What did you guys do? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have to swing on, bro. Look at
Let me see your tongue. Corinna! What did
Look, bro was really trying to just chill.
you guys do?
Like, bro was really just chilling, and he just, what the hell?
Let's just say the carpet does match the drape.
One of them. Nick, I'm like, yo, Big Nick, we're having a cookout tonight. He's like, all right, that's cool. I'm getting topped off tonight, so I gotta know what time. You're getting a blowjob tonight?
Yes, I want to be back home in time. How about you come over and watch me get tapped out in front of you?
All right,
and
fine.
then see you
I'll fucking come over and watch because nobody will be there. Your house will be fucking empty all night.
Ooh. If you're getting a blowjob tonight, what's her name?
Imaginary. It's Spanish. Yeah, like she's from Puerto Rico. I met her.
Okay, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You walked into that one.
That every time I see you, just make fun of me.
I literally look like Willy Wonka right now.
Yeah, you literally look like an Oompa Loompa.
Okay,
sick, an empty Lamborghini.
Yeah, you kind of walked into that one.
Oh, my bad, dog.
Fuck up, bitch. So hold your hands up, hold your hands up. Squeeze onto the cards. Put your hands on top. Right, here we go, okay, here we go, here we go. 3, 2, 1, bang. You feel that?
Yeah.
Cards have disappeared. Do you believe it?
No.
You don't believe me?
No.
Alright, check them out. Have a look, open your hands.
Now make him taller. He goes boom.
I'm like, fuck you, David.
Make him smaller, make him smaller.
Oh, brother. Okay, yeah. Sometimes I could tell he was down for it, but I could see how like it would like, you know, start becoming a little too much. Like, all right, calm down, bro.
I mean, Nick did make a very big platform on Vine by making jokes about his dwarfism. And David at the time might have just seen it simply as joking with his friends, not being an asshole. But
So David thought that he was like okay with any type of jokes. Okay.
when Nick talked to David about stopping these jokes, David started to not include Nick in the videos anymore.
Yeah, I basically told him, like, dude, I don't want to make these jokes anymore. And he was just like, okay, like, that's fine. Like, he was chill about it, whatever. And I knew by saying that I wasn't going to be in the content anymore. But after that, yeah, like, I just, because I didn't want to, like, get made fun of, like, it was just like, all right, like, I respect that, bro. And then that was that.
And upon the
That's crazy. But I mean, look at this dude. This dude wants sexiest man of the year. Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't be able to rock with this dude off rip. I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, drop all the psychopath stuff. Like this style of content, like having somebody constantly shove a camera in your face all the time, like all throughout the day just to get some funny content, bro. I couldn't do it.
news of all this coming out, there started to be a slight shift in the way that people viewed David's vlogs and the activity in his friend group. When looking at how the Vlog Squad operated and seeing what ex-members said, it definitely operated very similarly to a cult. Now, usually all cults have a leader that is seen as the prophet or the savior or the one that holds all the truth. Now, David obviously is not seen as any of these, but he shares a very similar element that all cult leaders have, which is basically being seen as unflawed. All cult leaders are seen as
Are you legitimately trying to convince me that this was like a cult, bro? This is yo. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna need to hear something crazier to justify calling it a cult, bro.
perfect and unflawed. Criticizing them or insulting them in any type of way is extreme taboo. And as we know, most of David's content really is where his other friends are the ones getting pranked or the ones that are seen as the butt of the joke. David himself is rarely ever subject to any of the type of shenanigans that he puts on. He's never really humiliated or dehumanized in any way.
David never puts anything bad on himself in the vlogs.
Okay. Wait, you know what that's true?
It's me, you. He always gets something bad.
Every time one of us does something that's a little bit weird, he always puts it in and he cuts out everything he does says. That's so true. If we edited this vlog, it would look a lot different.
David is the one.
I don't even understand what that video was. Was that like satire? Like, was that a skit?
With the most followers and subscribers and is the highest one up in terms of this social hierarchy. For the people who want a big following like him, he's essentially as at the top. And a strategy that all cults really use to gain members is by targeting those that are vulnerable.
Okay, to be fair, Dave was pretty huge. Like, pause. Yeah, no. Nah, Dave was a pretty huge celebrity, so I can see how you felt that way. But realistically speaking, man, you should never ever depend on somebody this badly for your career. Like, hell no. I couldn't do it. I would just literally go off and be like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Like, no way. I don't know. I personally couldn't do it.
Targeting people that are financially unstable, seeking purpose, depressed, experiencing grief, and or socially isolated. Cults often typically exploit these factors and provide what is typically missing in those people's lives.
That Charles Manson cult was insane, I'm not gonna lie. And that Japanese cult too. That was crazy too.
In David Dobrik's case, a lot of these vulnerable people are ones that are desperate for a career. Some of these were the Vine stars that took a very big hit from Vine shutting down.
Okay. This is where I'm gonna say something a little mean. I'm not gonna lie. Wanting to have a career in entertainment so badly that you willingly subject yourself to stuff that you normally would never put up with, you gotta take some responsibility for that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, what he was doing was messed up, but y'all wanted your career so badly that you were letting him do that to you. Like, for me, it would have been one and done. It would have been the first time I'm trying to the first time you put flour in the blow dryer, bro. Yeah, no, I don't. You're playing too much. I'm good on that. Like, I don't like because imagine if I had inhaled a lot of that baby powder, bro, and started choking a cop. Yeah, nah, bro. That would have triggered my asthma, and your ass would have got ass whooped. No way. So yeah, man, that's what I feel like. I feel like he's definitely in the wrong, but like some of y'all kind of, there were a lot of times where you probably should have tapped out, like pieced out, you know what I'm saying?
Because again, many of the Viners struggled to transition to YouTube after they lost their only source of income. So David was really their only hope. Now Donna from the YouTube channel Psych IRL does a phenomenal job at breaking all of this down. And she brings up a concept that Psych IRL does
the cult of David Dobrik, how to keep a group obedient. Wow, so this is like a real true theory.
Phenomenal job at breaking all of this down. And she brings up a concept that I think really demonstrates how David worked like a cult. Now, in the book Combating Cult Mind Control by Stephen Hassan, he says that there are 3 phases into turning someone into a cult member: unfreezing, changing, and then refreezing. Now, unfreezing is a stage where the person is psychologically broken down. This stage needs to make potential members completely question their reality and be open to new ideas. In other words, be very easy to manipulate. This requires physically making them extremely disoriented, and usually what they do is by having them be sleep deprived or starving them, or also by doing extreme tedious labor. Now David obviously isn't actually starving anybody.
I was about to say, I don't know about I was about to say, I don't know about none of that. I was about to say, but what is like the equivalent? What is the equivalent of that? The David Dobrik equivalent of starving somebody to get them to a weakened mind state? Is it constantly shoving the camera in their faces and stuff?
To any type of degree, but lots of the people usually experience this. Trying to make it in LA probably requires a very, very weird sleeping schedule and also requires lots of tedious labor. So many of these people are probably drained from their side hustle and also just simply trying to make it, which kind of like automatically puts them in the unfreezing stage. The next stage is
LA is really that bad, huh? Okay. I get it, but at the same time, it's like, what? Okay. I mean, the more I think about it, the more I can kind of understand it. But you know, to say that it like explains how they got themselves into that position, I don't know about that. But then again, I've never been in a cult, so I don't know.
The changing phase. Now that the person is broken down and easy to influence, this is where the cult brainwashes the possible member into believing their ideology. This essentially makes them believing in a new set of normals to the point where it's their new version of common sense. Material is often repeated to them multiple times, and they do this through song, lectures, prayer, a ton of stuff to basically drill the material into the person's head with the hope that it's ingrained into their system. It's done slowly.
So it's kind of like a slow form of hypnosis. Kinda. You gotta be a real suggestive person to be able to have that happen to you.
And gradually not to overwhelm the person. Often cults will drill the idea that the world is bad and that the unenlightened are the ones who are doomed, and that the only way to reach unlimited happiness is by believing the wisdom of the all-knowing leader. They are essentially trying to replace the recruits' current ideas with new ones. They're trying to make them have an identity that
hell no. What in the world?
Completely correlates with the cult. Recruits are essentially being taught that their old selves are really holding them back from knowing the truth. Once they let go of old concepts, they'll be able to finally make progress. Because without the leader, they have no chance for happiness and are completely doomed. With this new identity, your sense of what's moral and what's not moral completely changes. Things that usually seemed immoral or not normal now just simply align with the cult's mentality.
Okay, I think I'm understanding it. So they basically have them get to a point where they feel like they have to depend on it. So I'm guessing like for David, he basically like all of these people who were in bad situations because they kind of took a risk going to LA to pursue their careers, because, you know, for some reason niggas will literally drop everything and move to LA like without putting no type of thought into their next move. Like, there was probably a lot of people who were on the brink of losing their minds because they had dropped everything to try to chase this career, and then David giving them like a little slice of success. It's like, here, if you let me do my thing, I can give you this, I can give you this and this and this. I can see how it's happening. I'm thinking I'm finally unfreezing. Let me not make that joke. I'm finally kind of empathizing and understanding. I don't know. I'm just a really like hard-headed and stubborn person. So I guess that's why I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? But you know, cults exist for a reason.
With the entertainment industry, it works a little bit differently. In Hollywood, the common sense is for you to do what you're told or someone else will do it. They let you know that you're replaceable. So if you don't do what's expected of you to do, there's someone right around the corner who is dying to take your place.
Yeah. I can understand that. I'm so glad. I used to want to be an actor so bad. But like, I'm so glad I never pursued that, because it sound like the most stressful thing. Real talk, because having to rely on so many people to get your career started, bro, I couldn't do it. I don't like that at all.
It's why so many people like Harvey Weinstein exist, and why the Me Too movement was
That's what he looked like?
Your place. It's why so many people like Harvey Weinstein
Golly, I didn't know he was this ugly. I thought he looked at least a little bit, at least a little more suave than that. This is a billionaire, by the way. Billionaire pedophile, bro. Crazy.
Exist, and why the Me Too movement was a thing. Because if you want to succeed, that's just how it is. Social media works a little bit similarly, but with the focus on views. The new normal is to do whatever it takes to get those numbers up, even if it's uncomfortable or illegal. And with the Vlog Squad, it was kind of set that if you wanted to, you know, make it, you had to do what David wanted to do in these vlogs. For example, Nick Antonion was a creator who desperately wanted to be a part of the Vlog Squad. He fit the category of being vulnerable and was automatically in the unfreezing stage. He did a stunt in one of David's vlogs where he rode a moped off of a ramp and quite literally had to end up in the hospital after that.
Nigga, what? See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. What are you talking about? What? In what planet does that end well at all? Wow. This is the best case scenario for that. Come on, bro. This is what I'm talking about.
This stunt is quite literally still uploaded on his channel, and at the time, no one thought it was weird, including the viewers. Because the new common sense was to do whatever it took to get those juicy, delicious, water-salivating views.
I can see why I never watched this guy. Good Lord. Because I would have been like, ugh. Because, you know, like, with the like, I used to watch Filthy Frank and How to Basic and stuff, and it's like, yeah, those dudes were doing a lot, but it was kind of like, you know what I mean? Everybody got their share of the pie. Everybody had to do it. But if I had been watching David Dobrik at the time, bro, I would have been like, yeah, this dude is kind of like, this dude was just kind of letting his friends flail about and recording it for content.
Another one of the biggest examples easily was Jason Nash, a man in his mid-40s who was in the entertainment industry for years trying to make it with no luck. The best he had to show for it was maybe a 10-second cameo on Drake and Josh, and eventually he finally found his big break on Vine, but mostly through collabs because he wasn't really that interesting on his own. But with Vine being gone, the best chance he had at making it was being in David's vlog, so he basically did anything David told him to do. Jason slowly elevated to a higher place in the hierarchy by doing all of the embarrassing and degrading crap, even quite literally making out with another man.
Oh, that was the dude? Oh, Oh nah, bro. Oh nah, bro. I only have so much sympathy for this dude, cause you willingly did that. Like, you a little different.
It was to the point where he was rewarded by doing a podcast with David. But even on this podcast, Jason wasn't necessarily treated as an equal. Yeah, it's co-hosted by David and Jason, but Jason was always treated as like a third wheel. David has his own fancy desk and talks one-on-one with the guests, while Jason awkwardly sits to the side on the couch. Kinda like he's just a decoration. Now the third and final
That's crazy work.
stage is the refreezing stage. This is where the cult completely solidifies all the new ideas into that person. This way, that person has a new purpose that completely serves and only serves the cult. The way this happens is that the person completely forgets their old identity and who they are. They cannot act like themselves unless they're acting like their cult self. They are essentially abandoning any aspect of who they are as a person. This requires distorting their memories so that all of their old memories are actually affiliated with bad experiences, and so that all of their sins are maximized. This creates the correlation that they were actually unhappy in their old life. Some methods include giving them a new name, changing the way they dress, the way they look, almost anything that makes them look physically different. Kind of like what they did to me.
You know what
Yeah, okay.
you remind me of? You remind me of Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill, yeah. Jonah Hill,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
Now, another aspect of
Jesus.
a cult is to isolate anyone who goes against the ideas of the cult. Trisha Paytas is definitely a good example of this.
What? Trisha Paytas was part of... Dang. I know of Trisha Paytas, but I like know very little about her.
See, Jason and Trisha actually started dating around 2017, and it wasn't just for content.
How old is Trisha? What?
They actually started to really like each other. And David obviously used this for content a lot, where he would like sneak into Trisha's house and scare the fuck out of her. He did one video though where he took it a little bit too far for Trisha's liking. You see, in one of the vlogs, he snuck into the hotel bathroom where Jason and Trisha were staying, and they were getting a little dirty. And
oh nah, bro. What?
while they were doing it, David decided to interrupt them and film it for a vlog and scaring Trisha. Trisha thought this was
oh nah, bro.
a little weird and didn't approve of this, but the video was still posted. Since then, she's been pretty vocal about how she does not think that David is a good person. Well, David did not like that and forced Jason to break up with Trisha, which...
What? And Jason went along with it.
He did. Since
nah, bro. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, this is why I said I can only have so much sympathy for Jason, bro. That's crazy, because you know for a fact that he... Look at this nigga. You know for a fact that... that he fucked up. You know David went way too far, and you still chose him over the person you saying that you supposed to love and be. Hell no. See, I could kind of read people. Like, I only could have so much sympathy for that dude. Come on, bro. You're 40. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're still trying to chase your dreams of being an actor doesn't mean you need to just be okay with people getting hurt doing it. Like, that's insane work.
Trisha was making David look bad, he couldn't have that be part of his image. Now, the whole process of integrating someone into a cult takes months to happen, and it's considered successful if the person is physically away from the cult and still holds their cult identity. Another very eerie example of this is Scotty Sire, a Vlog Squad member who was seen defending David when the whole Seth Francois thing happened.
Oh, hell no. That nigga's been reprogrammed.
Even though he himself was not involved in the controversy at all. It wasn't behind the prank, he didn't orchestrate, he didn't do any of the kissing, he didn't do anything involved with it.
He just jumped in for no reason.
And he made a whole video defending the entire prank, and also going against Seth and calling him a hypocrite.
What's up, guys? I am totally sick of seeing my friends' names get dragged through the mud because of false allegations and lies and just things that aren't true, so I'm going to address some of those allegations and defend my friends.
What's kind of weird is that
okay, bro.
in the video, he kind of speaks about the Vlog Squad in we terms rather than I terms.
Typically, the Vlog Squad does not address rumors and lies and gossip because it platforms the person telling the lies. We know who we are, we know our character, we know we're good people, and we know it's not true, but...
Which is something that cults do. This response...
Okay, bro. Nah, I just think dude was stupid.
It's definitely got a shit ton of backlash because Scotty makes the argument that Seth consented to the second prank and has footage of it. He chooses to ignore that the first prank was not consensual.
Yeah, what?
And that David admitted to it being racially targeted. And the
wait, David, what? When did that happen? When did that happen? That's my first time hearing about that.
video kind of felt like a threat to Seth. And Scotty pretty soon after deleted the video and posted an apology on Twitter. Now in response to everything, David did post a video on his second channel called Let's Talk, where he addresses the incident between him and Seth. He apologizes to Seth, emphasizes the importance of consent, and also explains that he left out people from the vlog squad for personal reasons.
Consent is something that's super, super important to me. Whether I'm shooting with a friend or shooting with a stranger, I always make sure that whatever the video I'm putting out, I have the approval from that person.
Okay, I know dude was freaking out though. Like, this is like his house of cards are slowly getting pulled from underneath him.
With the Seth situation, I'm sorry to Seth because like I said, I just want to make videos where everybody in it, you know, whether you're participating or watching, is enjoying and having a good time. And I missed the mark with that one. And with people in my life that I don't film with anymore, I chose to distance myself because I don't align with some of the actions, and I don't stand for any kind of misconduct, and I've been really disappointed by some of my friends, and for that reason I've separated from a lot of them.
So you're disappointed in them? That's crazy. Wow, you just threw them under. That's insane, bro.
This video did not get the best feedback because, for one, he kept the comments off, which is something you never ever do when you're dropping an apology video, because it always makes you look guilty as fuck.
Yeah.
It was less than 3 minutes long and only briefly touched on the subject matter. He wasn't really giving people much to work with here. But this wouldn't even be the worst of David's troubles in the slightest. Because 2021 was going to be a roller coaster for the Dobrik man. Because a month after the Seth incident, a woman would come forward and reveal that she was R-worded by a member of the vlog squad, and it happened on one of David's vlogs.
See, this is what I heard. This is the one I heard, because I heard that one of the people that he was running with did something weird. Did something weird with a woman for a vlog. That's what I heard. And I was like, yeah, okay. I'm not even going to look into that. That's crazy.
So this actually happened all the way back in 2018 when a group of girls were frequently DMing with one of the vlog squad members, Dom, who also is David's childhood friend. And the thing about Dom is that he has like this persona where he essentially is a sex addict. So when Dom was talking to the girls, obviously he was trying to get with them and include them in a whole group sex themed vlog. And just for context, the girls were sophomores in college at this point. And the girls sort of knew about the theme of the vlog, but what actually was going to go down was not super clear. But the girls were super big fans of David and they were young, so of course they agreed to it. And during this time, David allegedly filmed Dom having a fivesome with the girls, or
what?
Foursome or a threesome, something along those lines. The vlog was extremely fun and, as usual, performed really well on David's channel and got over like 5 million views. One of the
This man really just used Dobrik to get him a foursome, fivesome. Yo, I'm telling y'all, bro, clout is the craziest drug humankind has ever created, bro. That's insane. That is insane.
The girl's Hannah was getting recognized by people in her school and getting recognized in public for being a part of the vlog.
Yeah. What did you think was going? That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
It seemed to everyone that she was living the dream, but in reality, it was actually the fucking opposite. Because what people didn't know is that behind the scenes, the underage girls were actually provided alcohol and got extremely wasted. And one of those girls was actually R-worded by Dom while she was intoxicated. They edited out the whole intoxication on their part to make it seem super innocent and fun and consensual. Initially, Hannah did give permission for the vlog to be posted and consented to because she felt pressure to say yes. But after processing what had happened, she requested David to take the vlog down, which David did. When Dave confronted Dom about the incident, Dom told him that it was completely consensual and David believed him. But this was not the first time Dom had an incident though. In 2017, Dom was accused of grabbing YouTuber Ali Hardesty by giving her a quick honka honka without her consent. He
Oh my god, bro. Yeah, that nigga a demon.
later apologized for it, and everyone kind of forgot about it. But even after that whole incident, and even after this incident, David believed that Dom...
Nigga, look at his hairline, bro. Yo. I wouldn't, any form of touching from this dude is an assault. I'm just being real, bro.
Was completely innocent. All of that stuff was just a total misunderstanding. However, later in 2019, David would get similar complaints from other women about Dom. And David started to see a pattern here, and that's when he finally put his foot down and cut out Dom from the vlogs. But the whole thing really didn't become public until 2021 when the girl came forward publicly about the incident.
Oh.
This controversy not only made David's audience pissed at him, but it caused a huge dent in his business.
Yeah, see, this is what I heard. I heard that's when I had heard about it, and I was like, what? Literally not even a month after I discovered who David Dobrik was.
Lost tons of sponsors like from DoorDash, HelloFresh, Men's Shave Club, SeatGeek, and to make matters worse, YouTube demonetized his channel.
That's crazy.
Which definitely put a fat fucking block on his income. Now this type was way more serious than before. Being a bully and hosting your own little mini cult is one thing, but getting an underage girl under the influence and then having her be R-worded by one of your close friends who already had a pretty weird history
on camera. I just want to reiterate that this happened on camera, bro. It just got edited out.
Yeah, that's not good. David would have to address these allegations for real this time.
Yeah.
And not with some half-assed apology with the comments turned off on a second channel. A real one. This one.
Cause bro, what? Like you literally just like, come on, bro. This dude must have. You are either one of the dumbest people I've ever seen, or you are so delusional in thinking that you wouldn't have. There's no way you could have gotten in trouble for that. Like, come on, bro. What?
One had to be legit. David would post the video titled March 22nd, 2021 on his main channel where he completely lays out everything on the table here. It was the first video on his main channel in over a year. He basically takes accountability for all of the actions in the situation, and he admits that he should not have posted the vlog without the person's consent.
Even though I got the consent to post that video, I should have never posted it.
He admits to how he basically played a role in pressuring the girl to consenting to the video being posted.
And what I understand now, and I didn't understand before, is that she sent that text because she felt like she had to, not because she wanted to.
It's the fact that did all of this really happen? Like, you were moving so psychotically behind the scenes that a girl getting R-worded on camera was even a possibility. Like, the fact that was even a possibility is insane. An underage girl getting R-worded on camera. The fact that was even a possibility, bro. You were moving outrageous. Like, this is crazy, bro. And then this nigga gonna drop a dramatic, gonna put the date in the title. Yeah, this is gonna really pull their hearts. Nah, bro, what? Yo.
And that's fucked up. And I'm sorry.
He admits that he should have been in the room where everything went down and should have stopped any of the weird shit going down. He admits that he did not settle the situation with the girls even after knowing about it.
I didn't know what was going on in that room, and I should have been. I should have been there, and I should have been making sure that everybody involved was taken care of and wasn't uncomfortable.
David was really...
There's no way that you didn't know what happened, bro. There's no way Dom didn't tell you what went down in that room.
Owning to his fuck-ups and actually taking accountability. He fucked up pretty bad for sure, but in terms of a response, this one was actually pretty reasonable. He recognized all of the issues being pressed against him, and he took responsibility. The hate was being put on David for sure, but definitely more on Dom, as he was the one who actually did all of that pretty fucked up stuff. However, Dom stood by his beliefs and really doubled down on the whole thing being consensual and that he did nothing wrong.
He doubled down?
And no one believed that. But regardless, this was definitely still a really, really bad look for David, and he would have to take another break from content after all of the controversy. But then, possibly his worst allegation yet came out. You see, there was actually another secret reason as to why David took a break from content on his main channel for the time being. Yeah, he halted the vlogs because of COVID and because of all the side ventures, but there was actually a third reason. In the summer of 2020, he actually was going to make a giant comeback vlog video with all of his friends. He wanted tons of crazy explosive things happening and all of his friends acting completely wild. So for one of the parts of it, they went to the shallow lake and got an excavator. It starts off pretty instant. They like attach an inflatable tube to a rope and use it to kind of swing it around in the water. It's cool, but definitely not crazy enough.
Yeah.
So he has his friend Corinna get on a rope and starts to slightly swing her around on the excavator. He starts to move her a little bit faster and faster until she slightly loses her balance and screams at David to let her down. David doesn't do it at first, but then eventually he lets her down, which infuriated her quite a bit, and she yells at David that he often takes things too far, which weirdly enough foreshadowed exactly what happened next.
She should have really cut this ass out.
Because after that, Vlog Squad member Jeff got on the rope and David started to swing him around as well. He starts swinging him faster and faster until at one point he actually stops the crane and Jeff swings right into it. His face smacked hard right into the crane, and this accident quite literally almost killed Jeff. It like cracked his skull open, it damaged his eye, and his face was like ripped open. He looked like Two-Face from The Dark Knight. And this
okay, that's crazy work, bro.
Happened in 2020, but initially it wasn't revealed. Jeff posted pictures on social media about how he got into an accident, but didn't reveal how it actually happened. Now, Jeff isn't just famous from the Vlog Squad. He actually has his own channel called Jeff's Barbershop where he gives haircuts to popular content creators.
Wow.
While also doing like super crazy whack shit. It's kind of like a YouTube version of Eric Andre. So on the show, when Jeff had all these bandages and scars, people just kind of assumed it was a bit for the show. He never gave a real reason as to how it happened, so he kind of just played it off like, oh.
So he kept quiet about. No way, bro. If my homie swings me into a crane, bro, I'm beating his ass, and then I'm telling everybody, I'm snitching.
Oh, I just fell 200 feet off of a building. But then Jeff dropped a 5-part documentary titled Don't Try This at Home, where he goes into depth about how the accident actually happened. What's weird is that in the documentary, he kind of almost excuses David for the incident, like as if he doesn't really blame him for the accident at all. But once it came out, people were like, yo, this was definitely David's fault for the accident.
Yeah, like, why would you post a 5-part documentary if you didn't think nothing weird? Like, what do you mean, bro? This was not like some oopsie doopsie type of accident. You had to post a 5-part documentary talking about how it happened. There's no way David could be like excused from it.
Jeff also did get a little bit of backlash when he was selling the uncensored pictures of his face on Patreon for $5 a pop.
Yeah, you're crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's outrageous.
And this clearly was another time where David crossed the line, while also trying to use his influential charm to try and make it seem like it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
He essentially like almost gaslit his friend into thinking that it was their fault instead of his. And it kind of worked. Yeah, David got a lot of hate for this, but there weren't really any more consequences being thrown at him. He stayed offline and continued to take a break until all of the drama completely settled. But a couple months later, David realized that it was finally time to win back the public. And that was by doing what he did best, vlogs. He posted a giant big comeback vlog where he posted this really wholesome video where he took all of his friends on a giant trip to Hawaii. You'd think that this would be a really cheap and obvious maneuver to try and win back the public and that it wasn't gonna work. Well, it did. This vlog obviously got a shit ton of views and all of the comments were completely positive.
Wow. Wow. So, I don't know, bro.
No one was talking about the drama or anything. They were all talking about how much they missed the vlogs. It's like nothing happened. David even jokes with Jeff about the incident in the fucking video.
I ain't gonna lie. That's something that that's a type of forgiveness you gotta earn. You can't just wait and then come back and just think everything gonna be sunshine. You gotta show me that you ain't moving like that no more. Just one little vlog, it's like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna talk crap about it, but I'm not gonna like jump for glee that you're back. But like one vlog and everybody thought everything was cool. Like, what are we talking about?
Hold on a second. Yeah, call off the lawsuit. No, he's doing something.
David came back like as if nothing happened and didn't care about any of the shit that happened. He posted weekly videos as usual and was posting on the podcast, but a lot of the drama
he really went right back to posting.
Regardless was still haunting David, looming over him. You'd think it was over, but it really wasn't. He was still demonetized on YouTube and a lot of the brands saw him as a liability and didn't want to work with him. And
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if it's not just the audience, like, you gotta earn the advertiser's trust back. Like, What in the world?
Issue with Jeff also would slowly come back to haunt him. You see, David never really issued the actual problem with Jeff. He made the videos talking about the bullying and about the SA stuff, but didn't really make anything talking about the incident with Jeff. Until 1 year later, when David posted a podcast onto the Views channel where him and Jason talked about it. But this video was a horrible way to address it and came off as extremely self-centered. David talks like he's the victim. He describes the accident as the worst thing that ever happened to him, like as if he's the one that almost fucking died.
Wow.
That day is like the worst thing that's ever happened to me, and I wish I would fucking do anything to take that day back.
The fans definitely didn't like this, but no one hated it more than Jeff, who made an entire response video to it and broke down a bunch of David's lies. He claims that David actually hosted this meeting where he was going to hire HR and get consent before anything was posted, but that never happened either.
You told everybody you were going through stuff and you just wanted to meet up and talk and get everybody back together. You sit us all down in a circle and you say the same shit you started this video off with, that bullshit pitch. Guys, I love just making videos and making people laugh, and
you can still tell years later his face still isn't all the way back to how it was.
then he pulls out his camera and we're all there like, whoa, what the fuck? Even Jonah was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you're vlogging again? Like, we need to talk about this. I thought I was coming over to have a group meeting and talk about the accident, the fucking that he had filmed and didn't tell any of us about, but it was him saying that, no, now we're gonna have HR, we're gonna have everybody discuss videos, they get to see them before they post it if you're in it, and that never happened because
so dude was just he really was just trying to get right back to it. Like, he's like, all right, not all that's all in the past, let's move on. Like, come on, bro.
That video, he later took us out to the car to surprise us with something.
On top of it all, he claims that David only went half with him on the surgery and gave him like this really crappy insurance to cover it.
What? Nah, bro, you gotta pay every penny, dude. There's no way you let him give you just half.
Stuck me with a lousy insurance company. Like, it's not coming out of your pocket, dog. So what the fuck you talking about, really? And I even asked you for to do stem cells and next health, like brain things and shit like that. And he was like, oh, I'll go half with you on it. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'll just fucking do it all on my own. I don't care. And eventually, yeah, he did go half on me with that. But it's just like, just be a man, bro. You give away cars on videos when you have sponsors in them, but like off camera, what's really going on? You just
go. he gives it away and then has the person he gave it to drive it back to the lot. Like,
never wanted me to exist after the accident because it was a blemish on your record, bro. All people want to see you do is just be like, I fucked up, but I'm working to make myself better and learn from it. But you still can't do that.
Eventually, he'd file a lawsuit against David for
yeah, bro. You should have been filed this lawsuit.
$10 million. Because of this incident, Jeff lost out on a ton of business. He hasn't been able to work as much on his content, and it made a super huge dent in his sponsorship opportunity.
Yeah.
And this easily took a ginormous hit on David's career, and it basically drove all the hate right back to him. Ironically, the last thing he ever posted was on April 20th, aka 420 of 2022, on the Views channel. It was a normal episode of the pod, just like any others. No goodbye video, no announcement, no nothing. So where did David go? Did he just vanish off the internet? Well, not really. He actually would end up switching content over to a different platform, Snapchat. David wasn't really making that money off YouTube because they demonetized him, so he went over to a different platform that would pay him, and Snapchat did just that. The thing about Snapchat is that it's actually way more profitable than people think. If you ever swipe to the stories section and see all those recommended profiles of those hot girls that you've never seen before that are verified, they do that because they get paid for it. If you ever see a creator with that yellow logo, it means they're verified, and they get paid from posting stories. Yes, I'm serious. And
what?
We're not talking small cash here, we're talking some big fucking bucks.
Yo, BMW. Yo, hi, what do you do for a living? Your car's awesome.
I do social media.
Oh, okay. What social media do you do?
TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram.
I'm curious, like, what is the best performing platform for you, like, money-wise?
Right now, Snapchat.
Snap, okay.
I do about 100 photos a day.
Okay, it's like big money?
Yeah, I try.
Did that pay for, like, this car?
That's how I got this car.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I don't even understand. What? I guess you got people actually. I don't even understand. Okay, I don't know, bro.
Content that usually does well on Snapchat is hot chicks and luxury lifestyles.
Yeah, Oh, brother.
Content that David already established pretty well with the vlogs. So he essentially just moved over his typical vlog style over to Snapchat. With over 6 million followers, David was a hit. And the best part, no comment section. No one was there to comment about his previous controversy or call him a monster or anything. He essentially just walked away from the backlash, and it almost kind of worked. It's estimated that David makes tens of thousands of dollars a day on the platform. Although he does not hold the same presence he did back in the day, he still makes some pretty fat stacks.
So he basically got away with it.
So has he really learned from anything, or is he exactly the same?
Dang, you ended that quick as hell.
And
Jesus, bro. So this dude really... So he basically got away with it, is what you're telling me. And ran to Snapchat. Snapchat, bro. I knew something was up as soon as people started making premium stories, bro. I knew something was going on. That's crazy. That's a good video by It's Blanko. I had no idea David was this bad. I have no idea about that. Jesus. Whoa.